Thank you very much. Let me start by reliving some of the moments that I had in Bella Italia by saying ciao, buongiorno, come va to all of you loving people who are sitting under one roof and attending this, I would say, historical, momentous moment uh, for the launch of Rome Charter. Who doesn't want to be in Rome when you are talking about Rome? And the COVID has led us into a situation where I'm talking about Rome, thousands of miles away from Rome. So my heart cries, I should have been there, like, with all of you when we are talking about uh, the city of Rome. Anyhow, there is still an opportunity to speak to you at the invitation of UCLG, Jody, and the city of Rome, uh, uh, the deputy mayor, and Carla. So let me start by saying that this charter, or the making of this charter, was a wonderful opportunity in the pandemic ridden world where so many people from different parts of the world came together and converged almost uh, philosophically uh, on a thinking that is emerging out of Rome. This charter is quite significant. This charter is quite unique in the sense that, unlike several other charters and documents which talk about monuments, when you talk about culture, when you talk about heritage, uh, you talk about monuments, great monuments. But this is the charter, I think, among the first one, which is talking about people. So it is shifting the focus from monuments to people who made those monuments in the first place. So we are not talking about buildings, we are talking about the ways of building and the meanings and the soul and the stories and the experiences that are imbibed by our craftsmen and architects and engineers in those buildings, and we are in a way trying to retract those all these aspects for people who will live for several years after those places have been created. So, in that sense, the uniqueness of this charter, connects people on the street with the monument on the other side of the street. And why Rome? We have always been discussing this since we got together several months ago, and I have been saying that Rome is not only city of stones, because it has several monuments from ancient history, but it is city of love. It is a city of romance. And I think I mentioned at some point that this charter cannot be complete, or this charter, it needs to have its heart. These words that the writers or the authors are putting together, they need to live a life because it is in Rome, because it is in the city of romance. The words that we are using to articulate the thinking, they need to be living words. They need to communicate love. They need to communicate romance, because those are basic sentiments of people on the ground. What would you want to do when you are in the center of Siena, for example? You would want to express your love and passion. So that's what this charter, if it is instituted in Rome, it must have component of love and romance. Also, because Rome is a place which is at crossroads, crossroads of culture, crossroads of people moving from continents, crossroads of civilizations. Rome, Italia has seen a lot, has given a lot, has absorbed a lot. So all that needs to be reflected in, 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 in the constitution of the charter itself. And as we say, all roads lead to Rome. At the end of the charter, when people read it, apply it, The general feeling should be all visions lead to culture, all roads lead to Rome, and all visions lead to culture. So culture is directly connected to each and every aspect of Rome Charter. Now, the aspects that have been marked here, discover, create, share, enjoy, protect, I again look for analogies. I mean, yes, they are relating to monuments and culture and heritage and governance and education and the rest of it, which are, to my mind, more solidified. They are more, they could have different meanings in different parts of the world. But let's say you could also very easily understand discover as discover love, create as create magic, share as share memories, enjoy as enjoy experience, and protect relationships. I think the pandemic has shown us that it is the relationships that is keeping us alive, with people on the street, with neighbors, with nature, with what you may call. It is the relationships, new relationships that are getting built in a post-pandemic world, and all these can be imbibed in these 5 words, because one of the key roles that I found myself playing in the making of the charter was making making the writers realize that if we have another Western European centric document, and we hope that it will be universally acceptable by the whole world, it is not going to be universally acceptable by the whole world. It is going to fail. So if we can have concepts, if we can have philosophies, if we can have principles that can be adapted, that can be reinterpreted locally by cities across the globe, then the charter will have more life. And it needs to therefore connect with the soul of the city, soul of the people, soul of the countries that this charter will find its way through. And I'm very happy and glad that the entire group, we are all very receptive about hearing from different participants who are involved in the making of the charter, which makes it truly relevant to both the global north and the global south. I think the charter is absolutely relevant to the city where I come from, New Delhi, and I represent the Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage, INTAC, which has got over 200 chapters in big and small cities and towns across the subcontinent. And I think I would have deeply failed if, at the end, we had a charter that did not work in any of these cities or chapters. It is indeed thanks to Jordi, Carla, Luca, and the rest of the team with great big-heartedness, with openness of thinking, with receptive of ideas from across the globe, and translating that so beautifully into a document that we have in hand, that I feel that this journey is indeed quite successful. It has been very rewarding to work on this charter, and therefore I really thank UCLG. I thank City of Rome, and I look forward to now the other cities that are going to be working with this charter and making it come alive. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Piplani.